Zynth farms are dead. Hear me out. In the latest MSM update, they brought rare blins with the update and they changed around like 9 monsters from being 3x3 tiles to being 2x2 tiles. And they also expanded the island itself. But it's not only that, they also made it so that Wublins that are harder to get will give you more things, and that Wublins that are easier to get, as Zynths, will give you less. And I also think that they changed the market price of the Wublins to match how much they produce and how hard they are to get, which is, yeah, that's really good, because now we have an idea of which Wublins are both 2x2 and also will give you a lot of things. So I just went in game, I looked at the prices in the shop, and I also saw the grid itself and how much space each Wublin takes up, and I found out that one Wublin, which is the Wubbox, takes 4x4, 8 Wublins take 3x3, 11 take 2x2, and that's it. And I found out that 2 Wublins that take 2x2 are Wublins that cost a lot, like the most. And those are Timpa and Pixolotl. They both cost 34,000 coins and they are 2x2. And I also created a strategy for creating farms of them. I gotta say, creating a Timpa farm is way easier than a Pixolotl farm. We'll get to that later. I also wrote a Waja farm because Waja is amazing. It costs 20,000 coins, and it's the best monster in game, and it's now 2x2. I might create a Waja farm. If the change in production is significant, I will create a Waja farm. I'll get rid of my Zynth farm and create a Waja farm. So in order to get a Timpa, you need to breed 8 Shellbits, 12 times 3 3-element monsters, 24 Drumplers that you can easily speed up, and how you're gonna get that as fast as possible is on the water islands breed only Shellbits. It can take between 2 and 8 days depending on how many breeding structures you have on your water island and if you have mirror islands. The time it's gonna take you will depend on how many Shellbits you can breed simultaneously. You'll also need Drumpler that you can breed on Fairy and speed that up whenever you want, or can, depending on how many diamonds you have. And you should also breed Pummel on plant islands, Tyrox on air islands, and Clambles on earth islands. Most of the time it will take you to fill up one Timpa depends on how many Shellbits you can breed simultaneously. The 12 3-elements and the 24 Drumplers are just there to shock you or something, I don't know. It didn't take me that long. Now on the other hand, we have a Pixolotl farm, which for it you'll be needing 6 times 2 4-element monsters, which are Entbrat and Reef, meaning if you breed only them on plant and air islands, you're not gonna be able to breed anything on 2 islands, as opposed to Timpa, where you won't be able to breed on only 1 island. You don't only need the 4-element monsters, you'll also need 8 times 2 3-element monsters and 10 of one specific 3-element monster, 10 Fogs, and 14 Cybops. That's a lot. Now the best strategy I could come up with was breeding Entbrats on plant island, breeding Reefs on air island, and I also wrote myself that you can't get the other monsters you need for Pixolotl outside the 4-element monsters islands that clog the breeding structures like you can with Timpa. Anyway, you can get Cybops on Firehaven and Earth Island, and you can get Fogs on Bone Island, and Scups and Pummel you can breed on water, but T-Rox you can't get around that because it's only available in Planet and Air Island, which are stuck with 4-element monsters. Which is why I think it's worse than getting a Timpa farm, because it will probably take you more time. And lastly, Waja farm. I consider getting a Waja farm or a Blitzsqueak farm just because these two monsters are so good. Anyways, Waja costs 20,000 coins. It takes 2x2 space, 2x2 tiles, squares, whatever. For one Waja, you'll be needing 7 Diges, 10 Riddlings, 10 times 2 2-element monsters, and 6 Tweedles. The strategy I came up with was breeding Diges on Cold and Sugarbush Island. You can breed them on Sugarbush Island just by breeding a Sugarbush and a Dige. And because Sugarvox is a hard monster to get, you'll have a pretty high chance of getting a Dige. Anyways, you might want to breed the 6 Tweedles first on Cold, Air, Water, Earth, Firehaven and Fire Oasis. Just because you have 10 days, so you're not in a rush to get Diges, especially because you can breed them in 2 islands and not 1, which can save you some time. But if you think you will be on a rush, you can breed the 6 Tweedles only on Oasis. If you log in frequently, you should probably get them only on Oasis. And the rest of the monsters you can get on Earth, Haven, Water and Air Island. It doesn't matter that much, from what I understand. And the other monsters that you can get on all those islands are Breedling, Cybops, and Dandydoos, which they're all available on all of these islands, almost all of them. And yeah, while we looked at that, I realized that Zynth now costs only 3,000 coins. It is around 11 times less than a Timpa or a Pixolotl. It probably means that the difference in production between the three is significant. But if it isn't, then this video has no purpose. But yeah, only time will tell. We can't really check out the statistics of the Wublin production because they produce anything, so we can't see the production rate. Oh, and by the way, from what I've seen in my Wublin Island today, I woke up and collected from my Wublins. Rare Wublins do produce more. My rare Zynth gave me coins, and the Zynth next to it gave me also coins. The difference was like 10,000 coins, from what I remember. So yeah, I think this is it for the video. Get a Timpa farm. If you have the time and the patience to do so, you can look at the most Zynths graph or grid. I'm showing it right now. If you want the full song, just wait, someone will come up with a grid for getting the most Wublins with the 8 Wublins that are 3x3 and the Wobbucks that is 4x4. So yeah, get a Timpa farm. Hopefully this video helped you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.